So it's Saturday, and I've realized I didn't make a video talking about the stuff going on in the amazing HeartSong Resort here in Pigeon Forge through Dollywood. There are many great perks here, including there's some people over there, so I'm not going to bother them. But there are all sorts of fireplace and places to stay warm. Great places in the summer. I've heard that Dreammore has also s'more night. But this is just kind of cool, and there's about 10 of these around here. So you have that. You also have like a bar right there. And inside is also a nice little restaurant, so it's nice and cozy out here. Now over here, you have an amazing pool. We did not get to go, unfortunately, this year. Maybe when we come back in the fall or in the summer. But it's not in use, but this is a wonderful outdoor pool with some tents you can rent if you have a big family party. And it's nice because it looks like you can have separate areas so kids won't be taking up the whole pool. Plenty of lawn chairs out here. Lifeguards are on duty, which is really interesting because there's been a couple places I've been to that even though they have a nice pool like this, they do not have lifeguards on duty, so look at that, and that one has stones and everything. Oh, these fire pits feel warm. Getting closer to them. The theming, Dollywood compared to the other stuff, the theming here is phenomenal. They have a nice little stone water fountain right here. But the theming is just phenomenal. There's not a spot not done well by Dolly. The staff here is amazing. I believe this is the opposite side. I haven't gone in this way. But there's a game room, and I think it's this room. Yes. I think they call it the kids' camp. There are games at TV on. And they have a really nice, which is really cool. They do have it here, good. The blocks. But then they also have the Dollywood Monopoly game, which before I leave I'm going to buy. But this is just some of the many things they have here. I'm going to stick with outside right now. But look at that, just chairs. Nice, everything's nice, comfy. Water fountains, bathrooms everywhere, which is really nice, especially when you're by pools and you don't want to necessarily leave in a hurry. Hello. Now, from what I found out the first night when we left right after, they do turn the heat off on the hot tub really close, but they've got a nice towel area. Place where you're always stocked with towels. I don't think I've ever not seen towels in there. Place where you use towels there. But they have a nice little hot tub. It seats a lot of people. And then the Cove hot tub hours. No lifeguard. That's really cool. So it'll give you hours too on here as well. They do not have hours right now. But I'm going to go this way because they have a beautiful pool, lifeguards on duty, I guess they don't. And I also don't want to forget the splash pad right there. There's a nice little splash pad for kids. But everywhere is themed. What I like, nothing seems to be worn. Obviously, it's a new hotel, but it seems like there's really good upkeep. Really, they do a wonderful job keeping it clean, making this a place that you want to come back to every year. And I've been impressed so far. And I've been amazed how many lifeguards they've had on duty. I think I counted earlier today, just in that one pool right there alone, they had 4 lifeguards on duty working. And I'm going to pause this quickly and we'll go to the next area. Music playing. And what was really nice, we'll go over to the other area. There's stuff for everybody here. And this is nice for, there's always fog covered glass over a lot of the areas. Restrooms over here. We don't need to go in there. But there's always a schedule. Something's going on here at HeartSong. Lots of great art. It is themed very well. And I can see why. There's a lot of families here. You have the gym right here. I'm not going to film in the gym, but it's a nice sized gym. Pretty decent for a hotel. Above decent, I guess I'd say. Here's the concierge, which you check in to go to Dollywood. They actually have a bus that will shuttle you in, and usually you get a couple amenities with it, whether it's a fast pass or something like that. We came for the opening, so we got the day before tickets. So the dress rehearsal is what they call it. But it's been a wonderful time. The concierge have been phenomenal, helpful, especially when I didn't get my pass printed off. They took care of it. Here's a little gift shop as well on the way, and it has a lot of nice stuff. Honeysuckle and pine. Oh, that's pretty cool. I did not notice that sign until now. And the Songbird Market right over here. Fantastic food. The people working there are phenomenal. They have all sorts of snacks that you could possibly want. And there's a drink station as well. You get unlimited sodas. I don't know if you have to pay for it, included in the room or just in general. Here's inside the market. We got a lot of food. Got some salads and stuff. Amazing pretzel. It's huge. But yeah, plenty of like breakfast foods, pizza. You could definitely you do not have to leave the hotel and pay a lot as well. This is one of the chill zones, I like to call it. You can just sit back, relax. This is just a nice little area to sit, relax. Beautiful painting or portrait of Dolly. And then over here, the front desk, where you check in and out. There's also over here the valet, and the valet also has a golf cart which they will take you to Dreammore, which is really close by, if you wanted to go to breakfast there or you wanted to go see something. Now the acoustic library right here. What's really cool is this is where they'll play music at. Too much time into this. Really cool, the shape of Dolly. Right there. But they have musical guests, so it's not bothering everyone else if you're out here having fun with your kids. Or if you want to if you don't have your kids and you just want to listen to music and relax, you can do that as well. Might go back to filming there, but there's a couple historical things from Dolly throughout her life that they'll have as well. And I'm not going to go too far down, but I believe this is the elevators to the rooms on the conference side. And I believe down there is the conference center, so I won't spend too much time over there. If you're on the conference side, it's nice because it's a little quieter. But it is just beautiful here. Big, spacious hallways. Everything seems to be Texas size. Good sized portions of food. And it's just a great time. And now, I was talking about earlier, this is the elevators right here. And right next to that is the Ember and Elm restaurant. I won't go in because I think they're closing up. But overall, everything's just done well. Great theming. I give this an A+, or 4 3/4 Dollies, or 4 3/4 Dollies out of 5. It's just well done, well organized, well put together, and you can tell that care was put into it. And this is just the first floor. As the doors close, I thought I'd also point out every elevator has a different beautiful picture. And now we're on the second floor, and you don't have to be on this floor, but if you wanted to be in another area with amazing views, and I don't think I showed one of my favorite views yet, and I can show you on this floor as well. This amazing cathedral ceiling, I believe that's what you call these. But just look at that. Look at that window. Imagine the summer. Imagine the snowy days. Just a view of the mountain. This is on the second floor. They've got a little smaller, cozy areas. And maybe not in the winter time. But they have these nice rocking chairs. Well, one's a rocking chair. Nope, they're both not. I thought they were. I must have been tired. You just sit here and just look out into the mountains, the Smoky Mountains. It is such a great view. It's a very personal, so even if you don't have a room with a balcony like I do, I don't have one, but I have this, so I can come out here and sit for a little bit if I'd like. It's truly remarkable. But these are just a couple things that the HeartSong Lodge Resort, the HeartSong Resort has to offer. And there's a couple other areas. There's a walking path out there. I don't know if I can see it from here. There's a kids area that I don't think I'm going to film right now. But it's a green little area. It's a little playground area. It's just too dark over there. But everything's themed. Everything has pictures. And it's the same on the other side. I didn't go to the third floor. The third floor looks like it has a nice little walkway. going over. But just look. Look at the ceilings. This is what you get at the HeartSong. Everything's new. Everything's taken care of. Usually, at least for me, when I go to hotels, they have a couple people doing. It's like they made sure they hired the right amount of people to do the job. They hired the best people. And it's just, you can just see it everywhere. The details and more. But let me know what you think if you stayed here. And I go and see more. But I hope you... Yeah, in this room that I couldn't get to before, has some beautiful dresses from Dolly Parton, her shoes, and I want to say that's a guitar. But if it's not, let me know in the comments below, because I'm not the best with music. But that is just beautiful. And she has such a slim waistline. I was surprised to see that she wore that recently. But it's really cool to see all the stuff that they have here of hers. I think these are sheets of maybe lyrics. Not sure. It's nice they put a lot of nice things on display here. And there has to be notes. 1997. Wow, that's kind of cool. And I believe they say there's over 1,000 songs that have not been released that she has made or has created. And I'm not sure if they're for other artists or that she might or she'll sing or both. Wow. Just amazing.